Hi everyone, my name is Leslie Huey. I'm in urban and regional planning, and I have the pleasure of introducing Joe Trumpey, whose favorite food is, well, let me say first, he's in art and design and also Pite. His favorite food is butterflied leg of lamb, marinated and grilled to medium rare, which I bet you comes from his 40-acre farm where he lives off the grid. I'm excited to hear his talk tonight. He wasn't able to join us last time because he actually had an art show right across the way called Farmer Creative that I think he's going to be talking to us about tonight. Thanks.
Thank you. Glad to be here. As Leslie said last year, I couldn't be here because I was curating this show called Farmer as Creative. So one of the things I'm really interested in is how creativity can help us connect ourselves better to food and land and air and water and animals and enhance the way we live. So I thought I'd start by reading kind of the statement from the show last year. Farmers are a tool-savvy, process-oriented, iteration-aware, focused group of problem solvers. Their processes are creative, literally and figuratively. Each farmer has their own goals in mind, perhaps to become more productive or efficient, to improve soil health or water quality, or to breed sounder livestock lines. According to their own skills and interests, they invent new tools, build new machines, reorganize infrastructure, utilize innovative practices, develop new markets, reclaim brownfields, cook good food, build a new community, or organize social structures. Mini farm, mega farm, organic, conventional, individual, family run, urban, rural, chaotic, meticulous, tractor powered, animal powered, farming is a diverse creative process. It's something that I like to term vernacular creativity. So this isn't about artistic creativity, it's about creativity. So if we look at just the example of the fellow there in the poster, his name is John Gates. He's down in Blissfield. John's a crazy inventor. The machine that he's there showing off is a machine to build roving, evergreen roving for Christmas sales. Here are Tom and Vicki Zilke, that many of you are familiar with in Milan, showing off how they've modified a planter to be creative and comfortable as they help provide good food to the university. This is Kate Dodrill's farm called Burnside Farm. She calls this a creative CSA in Detroit, where she's actually providing creative produce, canned food, art objects, trays of sprouts, loaves of bread, creative writing, seasonal vegetables, things that enhance us as humans and reflect our relationships to the land. This guy's name is Bill Bierman. He's down in Riga. And you can see he has a crazy workshop, and this guy's definitely an inventor, and he says that he's never worked a day in his life since he loves what he does so much. If we look at energy futures and transitions, and that's really what my farm is about and my homestead is about, is transitions, and we look at how we transition into a lower energy, meaningful future, we see here that permaculture is listed as one of our main ways to be creative in that descent. So being able to use a creative process to try a bunch of new things to get us away from what here we see is definitely a creative way to increase productivity in the form of a CAFO, and that's definitely tied to surplus corn. And it's not that corn is evil, but we see that corn has definite outcomes in terms of high fructose corn syrup, and we've come to vilify. But corn, if we look at it as an example, it's a really beautiful historic example of a creative process in play. So those first folks in Mesoamerica taking teosinte and adapting it to local conditions. And that process is still going on. Maybe some of you recognize this variety. It's called Painted Mountain Corn. It's a short season, 75-day corn created by David Christensen in Montana. And he spent the last 30 years breeding this beautiful corn that does beautiful corn flour. Here's some of our Jacob sheep. There's those leg of lamb on in its early forms. This is we have a beautiful flock, so there is definitely an aesthetic to a creative process, but being able to tie in that visual aesthetic about a standard and a relationship to land, food, air, water, and tie it back to over time across many, many generations. Here's some of our Highland cattle, and you can see in the back is our dual axis tracking solar panel that allows us to live off the grid. So as we look at our homestead, and a homestead I think is really just a relationship of your home to food. It's not necessarily about a farm. Using simple materials to build, and here's our home that we've been able to build. And Understanding that those relationships take time and building infrastructure for yourself through hard work and commitment to the ideas of a process, and certainly enhances family. Here's my girls working hard and understanding relationships to food and beauty. And I think we can move into that permaculture future. This is our pantry, and here's some of our highlands. So certainly understanding aesthetic and creativity are closely related into food sustainability. Thank you.